Hey. I don't know if this is going to be hard, but I just feel like it's been so long since I last opened up the gate into my brain and just let you guys know the main things that are going on in there these days. Today I'm gonna give you a piece of my mind because it's about time that I just open up about what's going on, how I feel, and this is going to be around where I am in my life right now and what I want to do with the next year or so. I've struggled these days. My last big goal that I made for myself was getting a driver's license, and I let you guys be a part of that, like slightly be a part of that here on my channel. I got my driver's license 3 or 4 weeks ago today. I actually don't remember, I think it's 3 weeks ago today, this Monday. Ever since I finished that, even though it's only been 3 weeks, I have already started looking out for the next challenge, the next thing that I want to do for myself, the next goal that I have. And I don't know why I always have to push myself like that. Like, I'm not super good at just like staying in a position or place in my life and just being like cool about the things that I have now and being cool about the situation that I'm in now. I always want to involve and like keep giving myself like new challenges and stuff, and it's sometimes a little bit too much, I also have to admit. But over the last 3 weeks, almost a month, it's just been so much in my brain that like, what is the next focus and like what is the next goal or dream that I want to achieve for myself. One of the main things that I've been thinking is traveling. I've been thinking maybe I should move somewhere for a month. I could use the amazing people that I have in my life due to social media. Maybe some of you live somewhere, have an apartment or just a room in an apartment where maybe you are going somewhere for an amount of time, 2 weeks to a month, and then I could rent that room or apartment for some time to like get out, breathe, experience something, challenge myself, try to just be completely on my own. The thing is that I have lived where I live now for 25 years, and I think it's time for me to do something on my own and to really like challenge myself in that way, because it's super scary, but it's something I would love to push myself into. Wow, can you hear that? It always worries me when I hear like sirens. I just get me so uncomfortable. And another consideration when it comes to traveling would be finding a travel buddy. The thing is that I have made a video just recently about how all of my friends are adulting super quickly these days. They are in normal jobs, in serious relationships and so on. So therefore I don't really have anyone in my near friend groups or anyone that I know pretty well that I could travel with. So maybe finding a travel buddy and do something with that person. It could be backpacking kind of something through Europe, or I don't know, as I've always talked about, the camper van kind of thing where you like drive around. These two type of ways to travel is just something that people don't think that you should do alone as a girl, and I can see the point with that, and I can also for myself see that many of the experiences I would get while traveling, it would be a lot more fun to actually share that with someone instead of just having all of those experiences and memories all to myself. So traveling has been a big deal of mine throughout the last month or so, and I think I've actually come to a conclusion when it comes to traveling, but we're just going to take the next step, because another thing in my life that I have to like figure out what and how I want to focus over the next half a year is business wise. Is there too much noise? So business wise, does it get bigger? Can it get bigger? And is that what I want to focus on more than like my personal growth? Because if I want to travel more over the next year, there will of course be weeks and months where I can't focus 100% on business, and that will of course change some things, so that if I want to focus on growing the business, that focus is not going to be there 100% because I'm simply not going to be here physically. Of course there's things that I can do on the road. There are business-wise things that I could do in the places that I was going to visit, but there would also be limitation. And if I wanted to focus more on the business, I have had the ideas of getting a bus and turning it into a shop on wheels, so that I could drive around Europe, visit different like markets and stuff, especially in the spring and summertime, and get the word out about the shop in that way, because we also need to focus more on getting out to like a lot more people. Then I've also considered pop-up shop here in Odense and maybe in different places. It could also be around Europe, like a pop-up shop that would go for like maybe a week somewhere or maybe a month somewhere, and to be very like on the beat and pop up different places, and again to get like the word out about the shop. And also I've also talked about just opening a shop here in Odense and just like staying here. I just don't think it would benefit the shop enough compared to how expensive it would be to rent a place here in Odense, because even though this is a pretty small town, like we are 160,000 people, I think, the shops inside Odense, they're super expensive. It would cost us like so much money compared to how little we make, so it would be a huge investment that we might not get any return on. So there's just been so many things going on in my brain, and so many ideas and considerations and frustrations and curiosities and worries. There's just so much going on. Just like trying to think, how am I going to travel more and like experience that and finally like push myself into that, and at the same time trying to grow a business. Is like, how are those two things gonna meet, and how will I manage like braid those two things together so that it all makes sense and it can all like work, so that I don't ruin everything or ruin something in my confused head with so many things I want to do. I've just been wanting to travel now for so long. It's something I've talked about on my channel for so long, and I know that I said summer 2020, so it's like next year that I would do something, but that was to drive around Europe in a camper van, which is not going to be possible if I'm alone, because I don't want to. It's a lot of money to just get a camper van in the first place, and to do all those things myself is actually not something I find very attractive as an idea in my mind. So what I've come to the conclusion when it comes to traveling is that for this first time that I'm gonna travel, I think I will try to find, I don't know, a website with some group traveling things, opportunities, so that the first time around I might go, and I've decided I might go this fall for like 2 weeks somewhere in a group. And if that works out, wonderful, and I want to do the group thing again, then I will, at the beginning of 2019, I will go on a 1 month trip somewhere in a group again. And by doing those two things, if that goes well, then I can like start to look into different ways to then travel next. Maybe I meet someone that wants to travel with me on those like trips, or maybe I will have seen some new like ways that I can do it and turn it into a possibility. And if I just figure out that traveling wasn't for me anyway, then I will have some amazing experiences by doing those things, and I will definitely learn something from it. So I think that's what I've decided. I'm gonna look into a group travel thing this fall, hopefully this fall. I hope I don't have to wait until the beginning of next year, because it is something that is so burning, and like it is such a huge thing inside me these days that I just want to run away. It's super uncomfortable actually, but that's how I feel. New things and meet some new people, it's just such a burning thing inside me. So I hope it's something I'll manage to do this year. It just, it's a money thing, and it's a time thing, it's a business thing. It's like there are so many things to take into consideration, so that when people make it super simple and are like, just travel, it's like, I can't just do that. Unfortunately not. I don't have a normal job where I can ask for like days off, a week off. I have my first week off this year in 2 weeks, so I am gonna travel soon, so I should just like calm myself down. I'm gonna go to Malaga with my mom in a couple of weeks, but the way where I go on my own without family, have to like, now they're gonna cut the grass. This video is almost over, but in the way where I travel alone in a group, have to like really figure out for myself who I am, how I function in this group, all of my feelings involving being alone, being away from home. That's what I want to experience. That's how I want to challenge myself. So I thought this video was going to be a favorites of the month, but I felt like just giving you this brain thought and just like sharing these thoughts with you. Maybe some of you have some experiences with some travel pages for people who live in Europe, or maybe even Denmark. That would be helpful. Maybe you have some suggestions for things that I should experience or do for myself. Maybe you have some similar thoughts and you would love to share your story in the comments down below. Maybe you just have the same kind of feelings and feel kind of stuck. Then maybe this was helpful to hear that you're not alone. I think it's super hard to juggle everything right now. There are so many things in my brain going on, and this was just like a tiny piece of all of that. So it's just been an extreme month when it comes to thoughts and feelings and figure out priorities. So I will try to get back in a creative headspace and try to start producing more interesting content here on my channel. But let me know if you guys like these videos where I like share with you the thoughts in life. Like, I don't know. Yeah, I hope that you're all well. If you want to leave your favorite thing that happened to you in July in the comments down below, then this was supposed to be my monthly favorites video. So if you want to share, I would love to hear. And yeah, I'm actually gonna go look at a car today, which I will vlog. I think I will vlog that, but all of that info is gonna be in that video, so stay tuned for that. And I'm just gonna say thank you so much for watching this video. Leave a thumbs up if you found it useful in any way for you and yourself, and subscribe if you aren't. And I'm gonna see you all soon, I promise. Bye guys.